So are you hauling any particular cargo or just missions?
I'm
Or?
empty right now. Yeah, that was just missions. I was just trying to get further out because I find that a lot of the cargoes you can use in sort of the core systems over here, like Styx, Opala, and
Mm.
Ebudis, uh, that you just can't make that much money. The
Yeah.
economies are so depleted by other players running cargo that you can't hardly
Yes,
get anything worth running.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and just before Beta 2 hit as well, I mean, there was a big reset of that because an event occurred where the war in Erenin kicked off, and it really did just flatten out the markets. So then the profit was gone for a lot of people.
Yeah, which I'll admit I sort of like.
It's great that it's dynamic like this. It's like you log on one day and you think, oh yeah, I'll just do my little trade run. And it's like suddenly it's like, no, my profit, where's it gone?
Yeah, how will I ever have money again?
It's like, yeah, and I did it. I mean, it was one of my favorite things that I found a really nice trade run. I was making lots and lots of profit going back and forth. And
Right,
after I did it a few times, I tweeted it out. I said, hey, this is pretty cool here. And then when I woke up in the morning, gone,
gone.
nothing. It was excellent.
I have noticed that that happens. If you're not careful, you will lose all your awesome trade routes just because you told other people that they exist.
And again, that's where the exploration is going to be really interesting. It's like, do you tell your friends there's a worthwhile mining resource out there, or do you just keep it to yourself? Keep it close to your chest, you know?
Don't tell anyone. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get to 14 Hercules. I want to get closer to the other end of the pill.
Oh yeah, there are some great systems out on the way. I mean, well, I can see people talking about Arcturus on there. That one is a huge, super giant star. That one, it's absolutely massive. But there's a couple more on the way which are worth checking out. I think it's Altaeus, or I forget how to pronounce it exactly there. That is a massive star as well. That is worth checking out. But again, it's like sightseeing. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
forget you're supposed to be playing a game because there's just so many cool things to go look at.
absolutely. Okay, so I could make it to 14 Hercules if I wasn't hauling any cargo at all.
Ah, yes, the tonnage.
So I'm willing to do that. So I'm gonna take this mission for all this money, bounce to Magek, and then bounce to 14 Hercules, and then out further into the pill maybe.
Yeah. So it was one of the things that confused people, I think, when the Beta 2 hit was, they were stuck in this relatively small space and couldn't figure out how to get away into the other systems.
Oh,
And it's not.
everyone in the stream is gonna make fun of me again. I did it again. I screwed around and looked at the map for so long that the mission disappeared.
Oh no, no, someone else sniped you.
I do that all the time. And I love that the NPCs will take missions. They'll actually take the missions from the stations, and then the
Yeah,
missions refresh really rapidly too, right?
yeah, yeah. I think it's every 5 minutes you get new things popping up in there, but it is based on the background economy, the background simulation. So depending on what's desired at that time, you never know what that mission's going to be. Like with the war at Erenin, there was a lot of things going for battle weapons and medicines and things like that at that time, just based on that information. So it really is important to keep track of the events in the game.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I think we're gonna go right to 14 Hercules. We're just gonna go even further out. Are you
Okay.
with me? You interested?
Oh yeah, I'm heading out that way.
All right, I'm launching. Oh, that was a fun little graphical bug.
Oh, Adam's answering questions quicker than I can read them, so he's doing a great job there. He should be relaxing at home.
We got empty cargo. All right, I think we can make it. We can. It's really fun to have such a so much larger jump range than I did in my old Sidewinder.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And sorry, that was one of the things I was just touching on then was, when you start off in the original Sidewinder, you have got the option to sell some of that equipment. If you want a slightly bigger jump range, go in and sell those weapons.
Yeah.
If you just want to get out and explore and you don't care about combat, that is an option available to you. You don't have to, upgrade. You can downgrade and effectively lower the mass of your ship to give yourself a bigger jump range. I don't think I've actually been to 14 Hercules yet. I'm just scanning the system now.
That's exciting.
It's crazy. I mean, Beta 2 has been out for a couple of weeks now at least. 570 star systems, and I've still not seen a fraction of them. It's like, what am I going to do when the whole galaxy's opened up? I was like, I'm going to have to retire, I think.
Just pick a direction. Just pick a direction and start going.
This way.
I mean, I don't think it's the worst idea ever. All right. I'm going to pull back out and focus on this sun. Where is it? No, I'm not going to fly into the sun again. Don't worry about me. I'm going very slow. Only 30 kilometers a second.
Space is big enough. You've got plenty of time.
It's true. Very true. There is 14 Hercules. I guess this is actually this is a Federation system.
Ah, yes. Yes, it is. We should be safe.
Good. I'll manage not to spend any pay any of those fines I accrued in the other system. All right.
So that is one of the interesting things. I mean, if you do have bounties from other jurisdictions, people still can find out.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that's the main purpose of the kill warrant scanner. So that's worth checking that out if you haven't already seen that.
So it looks like one of the best options from where we are now is to go to Perquunos, which is gray. We may not actually be able to go there. Oh, it's just gray. I don't have any information at all on it. That's exciting.
Ooh, no, I don't think I've been to that system myself.
I'm going to see if I can get there from here. Yeah, I can. All right, I'm going for it. I think I've got plenty of fuel. I do have plenty of fuel. Be able to make it back. Won't die a terrible death there.
We can make it. It'll be fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
So I did liken it to the first time I played like World of Warcraft. It's the first thing I wanted to do was just go out and just see stuff, explore. I didn't want to do the missions or follow any of the quest trails or anything like that. I just wanted to see what was out there. And one of the first things I did was just walk straight out into a level 60 zone. I didn't even know what it was, a level 60 zone. It just looked cool. I want to go there. And I got my ass handed to me. These things happen. But you learn. And, Elite is the same sort of way. There are going to be those systems out there which you're going to be really, really up against it to survive. But it's great. It's completely open. You can do that if you want to.
Certainly. And that's how I made almost all the money that I bought this goofy hauler with by just wandering around and scanning things. Like I would go to a system and find the star and, fly 400 or 500 light seconds out from the star and just fly around the star in increasing spirals, triggering my scanner until I had discovered everything in the system.
Yeah, it's great fun. I mean, it's only just scratching the surface of what exploration's going to be, but it's immense fun as it is.
And I do love the idea of being able to find, Earth-like worlds and sell that information for a ton of money.
Oh yeah, definitely. And one of the things that's been hinted at is that you could sell it to both the Empire and the Federation, and kind of make double the profit. But
right.
You might end up with a bit of a bounty on your head.
A frustration.
They're not going to like you if you sell it to the other side,
But that sounds great. Oh yeah, this is an anarchy system.
Ooh.
Let's get into trouble. Let's start fights. Says the guy in the cargo hauler.
It's okay. I'm behind you. I've got some more weapons now.
So as you can see, I don't know if everyone can see this, but this star actually has an orbit. This yellow path. Um, and one of my favorite uh, travel strategy or discovery strategies is to follow the orbits
Yeah, yeah.
to find things. It's actually a really tight little orbit too. I don't know if there's actually much more here, but this one star, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, there are places where like that. Oh, there is one more. There is one more. But yeah, there are places out there that which are like that. You know, just lone stars by themselves that never quite had enough mass to form any kind of planetary bodies. It's I think that's really interesting. You don't realize half these things out there. I mean, I've found systems with planets and planetary rings around them, which I didn't think planetary rings could be the way they were, and they just look stunning. You know, you just don't expect it.
Not finding anything out here. Trying to use my eyes to find stuff, but I'm really quite bad at that. Because, I mean, technically all these stars you see are places that you could go.
Just trying to find that closest one, which is moving a little faster than the rest.
Yeah. That I'm not the best at.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy.
I think that some of these, maybe white and yellow dots are planets or something like them.
Yeah, usually they form in a little cluster, and you can see them grouped together. Yeah, there is definitely another body in this system, but I can't see it at the moment. It might be such a distance out that we
Simply can't
see
find it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I think the sensor range I think by default is something like 1,000 or 1,500 light seconds. So if it's further than that out, we're not going to find it. We need to upgrade to better sensors.
I've rarely seen better sensors available for sale. I've always wanted them. Discovery scanner, I think, is actually
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
would be. Well, maybe we should move on to a more active system. Let's see. We're in
Okay.
Perkunos right now. I've heard CR Draco is a really active system,
Oh, okie dokie. Let's check that out.
so maybe we'll head there.
This is crazy. I mean, I've already played so much of the game, but it's great that there's still more to
Just
discover
all
on
this
it.
stuff out here you haven't been to. Yeah, I think maybe we'll be able to hook around the right side of the pill if we head towards CR Draco. So I'm gonna make that jump.
Follow you now. I think that's one of the things that they've always fascinated me with games that use procedural generation. I mean, like Minecraft. You know, I still just jump into Minecraft, start a new world, and just wander. You know, and just find cool-looking things. And that's
Right.
exactly how I feel about the galaxy in this. It's you know, you can just wander around and find things. It's just so cool. Ooh.
So as I understand it, most of the sounds in the ship are generated by your HUD, right? Is the
Yeah.
idea? Because
So.
I've had my windshield get blown out when I was killed, and you can't hear anything anymore. All of a sudden,
Yeah, yeah.
you can
It's
only hear your own breathing in the moments before you die.
yeah, those brief few seconds of it. Yeah, so it was one of the things that was discussed quite intensely in on the design forum early on after the Kickstarter, and a lot of the fans were insistent they wanted it to be absolutely accurate and you wouldn't hear any sound at all and all that. But of course, when it comes to a game, I mean, you know, it's just not going to be a fun experience if you can't hear those other ships on there. So they came to the compromise of the idea that, like you said, the ship's computer will generate the sound effects. So obviously you still get the sound effects of your hull creaking under the pressures
Right.
and the bullets bouncing off the hull and stuff like that. But then you get the extra added effects of like fake engine sounds that your ship's adding in, so you can hear when a ship's approaching you and things like that. Which I think it's a nice compromise. And like you said, when the cockpit glass gas goes out, you lose all of that situational awareness sort of thing. All of that
Yeah.
just goes, and you realize how much you miss it. You're like, oh, I really can't fly the ship now with all that information gone. It's crazy.
Okay, so I picked up a couple objects on scan. This looks like a corporate industrial system, so it must be owned by somebody. There's a terminal out here, and there's a bunch of other stellar bodies, and I'm going to head towards some of those
Okay, cool.
and keep popping off scans every once in a while. So this is a system must be owned by some kind of megacorp of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different corporations in the game from previous ones. There's so much lore and background of it, and that's one of the things I really love about it. There's so much fiction that has been written up around the previous games. It's such a wealth of information to pull on and create new content from. It's been really, really great to see. Yeah, new stories come out of that and things like that. So, I mean, one of the big corporations, I think, was the Cirrus Corporation from the star Cirrus. That one is that's a pretty big corporation. You don't want to mess with those.
Yeah, certainly. Doing a lot of scanning. Yeah, I like this. I like this system. There's lots of stuff to look at.
Wow. I think the Bruce terminal seems to be around a blue supergiant planet.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that is. Wow. I don't think I've come across one of those yet. I knew they were possible. I haven't seen one yet.
I've got an unidentified signal, which obviously I have to go check out because it's a really dangerous idea.
Absolutely.
And I just can't help myself.
You've got to do it. You've got to see what these things are.
I mean, I've just had them be just like a field of free cargo. That's the part that I can't not. I have to check them every time. I've also had them be pirates in anacondas, ready to kill me.
Yeah, it's that risk you take. I mean, it's that sometimes you get epic loot, sometimes you get ganked. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right. This is CR Draco Idlewise. Yes.
That is a fantastic looking planet. CR Draco 3, it's almost azure blue. It's very, very deep blue.
Oh, I don't even actually have that on my radar at all.
Yeah, I mean, I got to about half a light second from it, and my sensors have picked it up now. And it's absolutely stunning. I mean, one of the things I love is the clouds on the gas giants are procedurally animated as well. So, I've seen some great time lapses of those. Again, I completely forget I was doing something. I was heading to the station. I'm pretty sure I was.
I should probably go to the station. I'm getting on towards about 50% fuel, but I can't help but go exploring.
There's more loot out there. You've got to get it.
It's in my blood. Nope, this is a bad place to be. I just know that this is going to go poorly. It's a Sidewinder, and he's unknown.
Ooh,
as to his wanted status. What else is out here? I might be able to take a Sidewinder or two. They're converging on me. I think it might be time to get out of here before they... I think they're taking shots at me. All right. Let's get out of here.
That is the problem with the pirates. They do tend to gang up on you.
They do. Okay, I got away.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop off to refuel.
I'm gonna have to come refuel in a moment. But I want to check out some of these unknown signals first. I know what they're doing. Get the cartographic information on these planets too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, one of the important things to remember is if you get destroyed in the meantime, you lose all that information. So.
What would I get destroyed by? Random pirates I decided to check out?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's a ton of resource extraction sites out here.
That's usually a hot spot for pirates. I mean, that's going to become even more so, I think, when mining's opened up.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
So CR Draco 2 out here is a crazy looking world with like a white ring and blue clouds all over it.
Oh wow.
It's really cool. You should come take a look. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go check out this last unknown signal before I head and refuel. And is the game audio too quiet? Am I seeing that in the chat?
So unfortunately, I've muted you on the channel at least.
I'll crank up some of the sound effects to about halfway and see if that helps for people.
Cool. Oh, there is one interesting question there from Bakaganja. Is there a way to stop other people from jumping? So, yeah, I mean, there's a whole system planned. It's not in there at the moment, but there's you can buy a module for your ship, which allows you to cause the interdiction events that you see at the moment, which the AIs can do, and that basically interferes with other people's frame shift drives, so that you can pull them out of cruise or stop them in going into hyperspace and things like that.
Well, I know what system I am beelining for the record, when mining comes out. It is CR Draco. And I hate that I'm sharing it with almost 1,000 people on...
It's like, shh, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I want to, right? It's...
Yeah, that's the difficult thing. I've had the same problem. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then suddenly like hundreds of people show up. It's like, oh hi, there he is.
Yeah. Well, there's a ton. There's probably what 6 or 7 resource extraction sites out over here by CR Draco and their moons and their rings. 1 and 2 both have 3 or 4 each. So that's pretty awesome. Though I'll have to get a posse. I'm gonna need people to protect me if I'm gonna go mining. You don't want to be like those poor suckers in Eve.
And that's something I think is really cool. We're already starting to see the little communities, like individual groups, start to form on the forums. People want to work together to do certain things. I mean, there's a group doing the first great expedition. They want to go out and see how far they can get from civilization, and they're going to work together. And I think that's really cool that people are considering a way to do that as a group rather than playing against each other. I love the idea of co-op. It's just kind of dynamically coming out of the systems. It's awesome.
I'm going to overshoot this planet hard. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, that is cool. That's very cool.
I'm heading over now. So, see, now your trick is now you've got to call a double bluff on this. You've got to tell everyone you're going to head this direction, but then really go somewhere completely different.
Right. Got to go find somewhere even better.
Yeah, we just got to mute for a second. And then
Don't mind us.
Yeah, I mean, I love that that's a possibility in there. You could share that information with just your friends.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get a scan. I'm going to try and get a scan on as much of this as I can. Hauler alien? Does that mean what I think it means? Or that's just his name? Okay.
Yeah, that could be a name of another player,
yeah. It said NPC's name, actually. I was like, hold the phone. Do we have first contact?
Yeah, that's one of the cool things from the Kickstarter rewards is people backing the game were able to name some of the NPCs. I named it after my late father, which was awesome. I put out a tweet saying if anyone finds him.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
And they sent up a screenshot for it, which is awesome.
Gotta try and get a lock on some of this Onan stuff.
Oh, I just found two new bodies from that. See, I'm getting addicted to exploration again now that
See, it's really fun. It's maybe way more fun than it should be. I'm gonna hook around to the side of this. Wow, this gas giant is beautiful. This bright blue gas giant. It's really cool stuff. trying to hook around the other side of it to get a look at whatever this unknown object is. It must be one of its moons. There we go.
It's such a deep blue. That's awesome.
Yeah. You can see those giant hurricanes on it too. It's very cool. Welcome to Interstellar Sightseeing Simulator. I hope you guys are ready. This is all we're going to do for the next few hours. Stare at this planet.
But it's nice to see a variation. I mean, you know, a lot of people, they come in, they think, oh, action, you know, jump in, see the dog fighting and
yeah, right.
lasers, and you know, everyone's like, oh, is that all there is to the game? It's like, no, no, there's so much more. We don't have time, but there is so much more. You know, it's nice to see different things being shown though.
I just love to look at all the cool things there are, just because I think a lot of space games in the past have forgotten that space is actually really, really cool. And there's lots of really fascinating things to look at. And because of technological limitations up until this point, it hasn't been feasible to make it so that you could really explore anything you wanted and see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see that possibility now. I think that's the only thing that's really held Frontier back from making the game sooner is literally just the technology just wasn't there. It just wasn't up to the vision and the scope.
But now it really is.
Oh, and it's absolutely amazing. I still can't get over that gas giant. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really awesome gas giant. I see why they built a station here.
Just to wake up to that in the morning, that would be so cool. I was just trying to check if those questions are skimming by so quick. I'm missing them, I think.
I may have gotten a hang up coming out of Super Cruise.
Okay.
Yep, I'll be right back in.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna head off and sell some of this data now. I think I've made quite a few discoveries with this. I suppose that is the problem with betas.
Yes, it can happen. Though I've probably only gotten 1 or 2 crashes. It's been remarkably stable.
Yeah, I've had very, very little issues. I think the early alpha had a few issues with things like that, but overall it's been very, very stable for me. I mean, it's great. I mean, the first alpha hit back last year, and it didn't feel like an alpha. It was like a demo. You know, I've played a lot of other games which are in like alpha and beta stages, and you know, this just felt so solid and stable. I think it was really good.
It actually reminds me of betas for old MMOs more than anything. Very feature complete, lots of very functional things in them. Whereas beta has started to come to mean game does not quite work yet, but here you can play it with us anyways.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Okay, let's see where we ended up. Okay, we're still in CR Draco. We can still didn't lose any of our discoveries. That's great.
Excellent. Good.
We're just gonna have to recruise to the station.
Cool.
Ready to engage.
Oh, we've got Boba Flux has joined the channel. That's another one of the game producers. I've totally called him out there. Sorry. You cannot hide.
You can't hide from us. I just want to look at pretty planets and not run out of fuel.
Well, hopefully 28th of October you can get that fuel scoop. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I want that fuel scoop, actually. I love that idea. That's certainly one of those things that I'd like to get good at.
I nearly headed to the wrong landing pad then.
I should get a lock on you this time so we can I can actually add you to friends.
Yeah. Hopefully, let's see if I can get you on the friends list now.
I'm flying in towards Bruce right now.
Okay, cool.
Hey everybody, if you're just joining us, I haven't done an intro for a while. We're playing Elite Dangerous. It is a space sim from Frontier Development, and we're exploring deep space, going out where we've never gone before. Finding pretty blue planets to stare at.
It's so beautiful. There is a game there, but we're just addicted to sightseeing, so
That's the game for me, all right?
But that's what's great about it. It really is. It's the game you want it to be. That's what I love about it. You don't have to do any one thing. If you wake up tomorrow and you decide you've had enough and you want to do something different, that's cool.
That's very true. Today, right before we streamed, I was like, well, maybe I should just sell my little fat cargo transport and buy a swift little eagle and kit it out for combat, but it seemed like too much fun to do this instead.
Just to wander around.
Because there's plenty of very cool videos of the combat in this game, which I think is excellent. The combat is very fun.
Yeah, it's a great feel they've got to it, because it's much more like the original game that came out in 84. It's that kind of swoopy, kind of almost like World War II dogfighting sort of feel to it. It
right,
is
certainly.
really good fun.
Oh, it's a full-size station.
Ooh, excellent.
Wow, it's not a pad at all. I did not know that. I thought it was just going to be an outpost, but it's a full giant space station. One of the big ones that can move too. Cool.
Excellent.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's something I can't wait to start seeing. Is these stations kind of appearing and disappearing from some of the outer systems as they kind of gain a government.
Oh wow, there's even there's a player out here in a Cobra.
Oh, excellent.
A nameless commander backer number.
Request granted.
And I'm coming into dock.
I'm just having a look. Now you want to head towards the end of the bubble there. I'm just trying to see what would be a good jump.
16. Oh, I think I've overshot it.
Yeah, I think if...
I've backed back into the door, but that's okay. We're just going to take it as a second shot at finding our proper landing pad. It's okay. I'm not quite used to this big clunky hauler yet, so I keep backing into stuff for the most part. It's much wider than my old Sidewinder was, right? So
yeah,
I don't expect it to take up as much room as it actually does.
It's surprising how different each ship feels. You get used to one, and then suddenly when the first time I jumped in a Cobra after playing with the Sidewinder for so long, it just felt so different. It really did take getting used to again.
And this thing feels like the Sidewinder's like a sedan, and driving this is like a minivan. It's like a mom vehicle. I feel like I'm taking the kids to soccer practice.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. I love the fact that the ships feel so different like that. And the Sidewinder itself, you could fit it through the docking bay like vertically, and it would still fit. But then obviously you're not going to do that in anything much bigger.
Oh, somebody screwed up.
Oh, boom.
Yep, there we go. Let's refuel this thing. Let's giant monster. Wow, this is a great system. It's got a commodities market, shipyard, outfitters, all kinds of stuff going down. Yeah, there's all manner of missions to do from here too. A lot of well-paying stuff. See, this is why you got to get away from all the other players.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of the things that the team want to encourage people to get out and explore and see these things. It's surprising how many people just still sit in the core systems and never venture out. It's like this is what the game's about, guys. Get out there, explore. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
need to do.
I've got a couple great missions to go to Theta Draconis.
Oh, excellent! I might head off that way.
I don't know where that is, but I think I'm going that way.
I think it's close.
I'm gonna make a ton of money. Yeah, it's 4 light years wherever it is. It's very close. Yeah, I'm taking all these. I'm gonna make 25 or 26,000 off of it.
Nice.
It's really funny once you get outside of the Federation and Imperial space, the missions to do things like deliver propaganda start to disappear.
Yeah, absolutely. Because of course they're all based on the whatever the background model of the galaxy is currently saying. So
Yeah.
If you're near those systems, there's going to be a lot more of them. But yeah, as you get out and away. But of course, I mean that frontier is always going to be changing and evolving and moving. What was an independent system one week might gradually come under Federation control. So it starts to push those borders out. You never know what the game's going to evolve into. It's awesome.
Right. Which is great to see. All right, I'm gonna check out and see what kind of stuff is for sale here.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw.
A quick question there I can answer. AJC129 there. Is there any way of finding out the insurance cost of your ship without getting yourself blown up? Yeah, currently it's either 5 or 10% of the cost of your ship. It depends on which level you've backed at. I think some of the really early Kickstarter backers got a bonus to make it only 5%.
There's a ton of great stuff for sale in this system because no one's out here. Oh, there's a really nice frame shift drive.
Ooh,
It's
what class is that?
It's a class 2 rating D frame shift drive.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
It's incredibly expensive though. Way more than I can afford. There's a great power distributor though. I might buy that. There's some good equipment for piracy if that's your thing.
Well, I've been known to dabble, here and there, if it's profitable.
I knew I shouldn't trust you. It's a really nice shield generator. No, it's just a little bit better than mine, actually.
Yeah, it's difficult to make those choices at the moment, whether or not to move to one to the other. I mean, particularly with the weight ratings on them. If these things have got higher mass, obviously they're going to drop your jump range down. So it is that question of, do you make that upgrade? Is it going to be worth it?
Right. I'm tempted to upgrade a power distributor, though. I don't really need it that much, simply because I rarely get into fights in this tub.
Yeah, again, it comes down to that player choice. If you're not going to get into that side of gameplay, then you don't need to go down that route. But the problem is you're going to need to, if you want to get into combat, you're going to need to come back and find that power distributor again.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, there's a bunch of combat ships for sale out here. It's not bad. And let's see if there's anything good for sale. Food. A lot of food, cheap food, and machinery. Medicines. Bio waste and scrap. We were headed for Theta Draconis, right? Which is well within my jump range, so I can probably fill up the rest of my cargo hold. But I don't know anything about the system. Who knows what they actually even import. Yeah, nothing that they probably don't need anything that I can bring to them from here. All right, I'm just gonna get out of here then.
Oh, ACP Twitch there? Yes, it is playable on a gamepad. I played it for quite
Yeah,
a while.
I'm playing with a Xbox 360 gamepad right now.
Yeah, yeah, they're excellent on that actually. Very good.
Yeah, I've had no problems learning it. I use the keyboard for some of the more advanced ship functions, though I've seen people mapping stuff to, X plus pad up or what have you to deploy landing gear or anything like that. Um, I haven't bothered just because I haven't gotten too hardcore into some of the combat functions and haven't really needed to be able to set, multiple weapon groups. But as I get a bigger ship, I'm sure I'll want to.
And it's very configurable as well. I mean, there are literally screens and screens of controller options.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good controller, and there's several really excellent preset controller setups to use as well. So if you want something like that going
Yeah,
on.
absolutely. I mean, again, it was another great case of the guys working well with the community there. As the forums were kind of polled for what sort of controllers everyone was using, and kind of fed back into that, and then made all the presets based on what people out there wanted. So it was great to see.
Mogars, I'm going to get a HOTAS soon. Don't worry. I don't know what I'm buying, but I'm trying to figure out my budget to get a good setup. And I'll haul it into work for streams. Don't worry, it'll show up.
Well, for my birthday this year, actually, my wife bought me the X52 Pro after
That's what I'm looking at.
I tried one. I was like, I love this thing. I really want it, and she bought me one. It was a really good stick. I think it's a nice balance of cost and like features. It's really cool setup.
No, Cam, I haven't tried voice attack at all. Though I really should.
Oh yes, I've done it on my stream before. Voice attack is really cool. Actually, I think the difficulty on my stream is I tend to spend a lot of time answering questions about the game, and it would pick up me talking about things, and it gets a little bit confused when I'm talking over all the time. So
Right. This is another corporate high-tech system. I feel like there's probably a lot of money to be made out here. Rich corporations.
Yeah, absolutely. Always looking for contractors.
I mean, seriously. Gotta get a stand on this. Look at this star. It's incredibly bright. Goodness gracious.
Whoa. I'm gonna crash into a planet. No.
Don't do that.
Slow down. That's it. I'm good. I missed it by a few kilometers. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Let's see. I need to go to Andreas Horizons, the one station in this area. Just keep popping off my. Oh, it's almost 3,000 light seconds away. I guess this is definitely a binary star system at that distance.
It's crazy.
I think
Let me
this
see if I can-
white dwarf must be the primary.
Yeah, I'm not getting many things on there. I've not been to this system yet either. So
Well, I'm glad I could drag you out towards the middle of nowhere.
I'm happy to follow. I love it. It's really great to see. Like I said, the whole idea of procedural generation has always fascinated me because you find things you just weren't expecting.
I mean, I really thought that we were heading out to the middle of nowhere once those first couple systems were essentially empty. And then we hit that corporate system with a full-size space station with a fully stocked market and... Oh, unidentified signal. We're going to it.
Gotta check it out.
Gotta do it. Can't help it. It's a bad habit. I always hope to find, another wanted hauler or something like that, and I'll just be a little bit better equipped than them, ready to fight.
You've got to pick your targets wisely. That's
I do.
I'm fascinated by these like binary moons and planets. I don't know if you found any like that yet.
No, I don't think I have.
I didn't even realize it was possible, but I found these little systems where you've got two little planets orbiting each other, orbiting a bigger planet. It's crazy.
Oh, that's
to
very
think,
cool.
Yeah, so I think I've got about a 10 light second range on these sensors. So. I think all the fans I've brought along are happily answering questions in the chat, so I must say thank you to them.
That's good, yeah. Thank you very much. I found an unidentified signal on my way to my unidentified signal.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to find. It just pops up.
The game just loves to tempt me.
Well, whilst you're checking this out, why not take a look at this?
Yeah. I mean, it really is just like that for me.
It's playing with you. It's toying with you.
It's so tempting. It knows me. Oh, it's gonna be pirates. Why is it always pirates? That's a Sidewinder. And it's wanted.
Is it just the one?
No, it's got friends.
Oh.
Yeah, it wants to fight. And they're gonna come after me because they know I have cargo. It's time to get out of here.
Juicy target.
I thought it was just gonna be the one, too, and then his two friends showed up. They haven't. They deployed weapons. Okay.
So that's one of the great things I want to get and try there is, my sister in particular, she's not really into the combat, but she wants to do a lot of the trading and things like that. So she said she'd happily wander around in a big cargo hauler doing the missions like that. And I said to her, what would be really great is if you get out there with your cargo run, and then if you get attacked, I can just jump in and protect you. It's almost like setting up a honeypot for the
Yeah,
pirates.
absolutely. And, I mean, that's at least how mining always was in EVE, right? Like, you just had your miner out there minding their own business, and eventually someone would show up to try and jack them, and you would call your security to help you.
It's great. I love the fact that all those options are open to us, and we can play it the way we want to.
All right. About to make a ton of money.
Excellent.
I figured I was going to have to hop around between a bunch of stations, but all those missions I picked up were for the same place.
It's great when a plan comes together.
Wow, I picked up 7 unknown objects right by this station.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to go
Lots of them.
turn in my missions and then come back out here and explore all this. It's also possible I'll just be able to turn and explore all of it from right where I am now.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, did you find any of the moons around this body?
Yeah, I think that's what I've
Yeah.
just picked up is all of its moons.
Yeah. It's quite a few. I think I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 at the moment, I think I found.
I got in right by the main planet and popped off my discovery scanner and found 7 things at once.
Crazy. crazy.
I think everything else is a little too far away.
Oh, I think the chat's moved on. Like I said, there's a question there from Shirkbot. What is this game? I think it's surprising how we're still finding people who've just not heard about the game. You know, considering the original came out in '84. You know, it amazes me that people have still not heard of the franchise before.
Well, I think it's just been it's been a little bit just long enough for especially anyone who's a little younger.
Mm.
Anyone under like 2024 may not have heard of it at all.
Excellent. I mean, it's like I said, great to see it come back. I'm so happy to see it. I mean, when I was a kid playing the originals, you know, as simple as the graphics were, is like you could see the promise there. You could see what they were going for, the open-ended gameplay and stuff. I mean, they did things that we haven't seen until like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, the open world gameplay
Right.
and stuff. And see it make a comeback, and I know what the possibilities are. I'm just so excited for what's coming in the next versions.
I'm afraid I may have hurt us again with my bad habits of dropping out of warp funny. Yeah, for a second, folks, while we
Okay.
get this sorted out. I've got another little crash on my hands. It's funny. I've never seen more than one crash in a session. Of course, everything goes wrong as soon as you're streaming.
You can guarantee it. You can guarantee it. I mean,
Yes, you can.
I started off this evening and my PC shut down, which was great. It about 2
Just
minutes
yeah,
into the stream,
just
which
jumped on
yeah,
you.
brilliant. Just these things happen.
Actually, I'm going to take this as a convenient opportunity to run to the bathroom real quick. So I'm going to mute myself, and I'll be back in just about 2 minutes. I'm going to run a commercial real quick, everybody. Thanks for your patience real quick while I hit the can. Hey everybody, I'm back. Do
Cool.
Oh, I
I'm
still have you.
here. I'm still here. Yeah.
If you're just joining us, I think they'll hear this in a moment. They should be hearing it. This is the Escapist. I'm Jon Bolding, our tabletop games editor, but I play things on our Twitch sometimes. We're playing Elite Dangerous. This is an awesome space sim from Frontier Development. Having a heck of a lot of fun with it too. Going space exploring instead of doing any of the other things. Oh good, I hadn't timed out any of my missions
Drive charging.
while I went out.
Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
A couple of the folk on the chat here were just talking about the cost of some of the ships on there. Yeah, they are a lot more expensive now, and of course the game was rebalanced for Beta 2 to introduce the new ships.
Yeah, and I've heard people talking about how they are incentivizing stuff. So missions are worth more money right now than they will be in release, and some other stuff because they want people to test it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Trading is worth less, right?
Yeah, at the moment, I mean, you can see in the core systems, there's just not a lot of trade going on. There's not a lot of stock. There's not a lot of profit in there. But the other things, they are more profitable, like the exploration. You know, you get thousands and thousands of credits for doing the exploration, and I think it's a good way of doing it. These systems need to be tested. It makes absolute sense, I think.
I was actually very happy to find that out for a game with so many things going on. They were doing a lot of extra testing to make sure that it was going to go well.
Yeah, yeah, and the community interaction again, it's been second to none. I mean, great job that everyone's been doing, playing the game and feeding back into it and everything. I think it's really helped polish it. It's been great. Oh, I've got a really nice beam laser here that I want.
They'll get you. Pay a lot of money for that thing.
Yeah, it's gonna cost me.
Wow, the furthest out of this huge planet's moons are really far away from it.
Yeah, I did find with that one that's a tiny little thing. I had to get practically right on top of that moon before I could see it.
I'm like 4 light seconds away before I was able to even get a look on it. Oh wow, there's one that's actually even further out. That's crazy.
See, I'm now doing the thing that I've been addicted to. Is I've found a whole bunch of cool equipment in this port, and I'm just trying to see if is there anything just slightly better.
Right. That's the huge benefit to getting out of these ports where no one else is. You find all this crazy, really great equipment that other people haven't bought the market out on.
Yeah. Oh wow. An intermediate discovery scanner.
Really?
505,000 credits.
Oh, maybe not then.
Wow.
Maybe not so much.
I really want it, but I think I'm gonna have to go on the lotto and It's a shame. I mean, you've got the auto field maintenance unit. I don't know if you've seen that. That was from one of the earlier betas.
Fixes your ship?
Yeah, the internal modules and things like that. It's at the moment it doesn't have that much of a use because you can't really get it's stranded miles and miles away from any sort of civilization.
Right.
But it will become, obviously, as you start to go into unexplored systems, it will become really, really invaluable.
And actually, I consider that like as a maybe for piracy, not having to leave your asteroid field if you screw up your ship pretty bad.
Yeah.
Might be really nice.
Wow, Edelweiser said he needs 1.5 million credits to upgrade his frameshift drive.
Wow.
Ouch. And I don't know if you've looked into the hull plating on any of the ships
Oh,
as
it's
well.
incredibly expensive.
Wow. Especially when you start to go to the bigger ships that need more of it, it's crazy, crazy expensive.
I'd love to maybe take something like an Eagle and really, really make it crazy good. Fill it with awesome equipment. I'm just, I don't love those early combat ships just because they have such low jump range initially.
Yeah, like I said, until you get out and you find the better equipment, they're just not really worth it if you want to go and explore as well. But I mean that really is a case where if you fit it to the purpose that you want it, like they are combat orientated ships. So if you keep them, fairly lightweight and not much on them,
Right.
then they're going to be much better suited to that particular role. But yeah, you've got to kind of tweak and tune it the way you need it for what you want to do. See, I haven't got a frame FSD wake scanner, which I would really like to play around with a bit more. I did get one.
Start chasing people down.
Yeah, I love the idea of doing that. I mean, at the moment, it doesn't mean as much as it could, but obviously, eventually, when you get to like the assassination runs and things like that, it's going to become like your second tool that you need, apart from your lasers.
Right, certainly. And I mean, I've seen some YouTube videos of people using it to chase down NPC merchants that are carrying good stuff.
Yeah, that's the way to do it if you want to make some easy money. Yeah, this is a high-tech system. I should have checked it on the map before we jumped in, but yeah.
I had absolutely no information about it on my galaxy map.
So I think, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all in there, but there's so many different modes and things in there. You need to click around through all the various options and things to find out.
To really get it.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, obviously the map itself is still a work in progress. I think there's the idea has been branded around of a route planning computer or something like to that description, right. Because yeah, the problem you've got at the moment is these you need to make multiple jumps to get to your final destination. It can be really confusing to figure out a route to do that. So
what a good path actually is, certainly.
Yeah, and I mean it's part of the fun. Like what we've been doing now is just kind of you wander around and sometimes you find a good route, sometimes it's not. It is good fun doing that. But yeah, route planning I think is something which we need really.
Yeah, I could certainly use it.
Particularly in the size of the play space, it's we need some assistance, I think.
Yeah, certainly. Any kind of automated tool for getting around would be a huge boon. So where are you right now? What are you up to?
I'm just outside this station. Is this Andreas Horizons?
Yeah, you're just inside it, you said?
I've just left, yeah. I've just fueled up and I'm heading out now.
Oh, you're here. Oh wow, there's a couple big heavies out here.
Well, I'm just my frameshift drive is charging up, so I might be warping out in a second. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see you out here. I just finally arrived after exploring all that stuff.
Yeah, I've managed to cancel it, so I'll have a scout around and see if I can find you.
I'm right above the, well, relatively. I'm near the station entrance.
Okie dokie.
Looking around for a hollow square on my mini-map. Might be able to find you visually more easily.
Cool. Let me get back to the front of the starport and see if I can find you.
some toxic waste canisters floating around.
Oh, someone just got blown up then.
Yeah, looks like it.
See a couple of contacts, but I'm not seeing you. I mean, what's your commander name actually? I didn't catch.
Bolding, Bolding. It's my last name.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can add you, and then that way I should be able to spot you. I mean, that's one of the things which is pretty cool about the way the friends matching works, is that if you are on the list of my friends, I'm more likely to bump into you, be joined up with you. So, there we go. I've just sent that request for you on there.
Ah, okay.
That's good there. In Beta 2 you can actually do all of that friends management direct from the menu without leaving, which is cool.
Oh, there it is.
Cool. Let's see if we can get...
Oh man, there's a canister of uranium floating around. It seems like a lot of money waiting to be made.
Can you scoop it with the security catching you?
Where's the security? Let's see who's around. This is a Federation system too. But I don't know if I want anything to do with that. Oh, the Federation guy has vanished.
Ooh.
This is my moment. If only I can remember my hotkey for scoop.
This is where I just get to see you, and then there's fragments floating through space. I saw the guys in the chat are trying to quiz the producers for info on upcoming features. You won't break them. You won't break them.
You won't figure it out. Alright, I'm going to find my hotkey for cargo scoop. This feels like too much money to walk away from. It's right by the entrance too. I feel like I'll be able to sneak inside.
I think you can do it. I believe in you.
I think I'm probably just going to get blown up, but... Make sure this Federation fighter doesn't come back. Ah, there he is.
Just yeah. It's almost it's so funny. It's like playing a stealth game or something like this. You wait for the guard to do his patrol, and then you you steal the stuff.
I mean, it really is exactly what I'm doing. I think it's probably worth it. Do you know if there's a black market in this station? Because if there's not, I'm wasting my time.
See if I can get inside. I mean, it's a high-tech system, so it may not have one. I'll just check.
I'm not even going to be able to sell it if there's not a black market. And scooped.
Request granted.
Got docking permission. Just need to make sure that cargo system authority vessel doesn't wander through and scan me while I've got stolen cargo on board.
I'm literally sat here getting nervous for you.
Okay. Now I'm a real trucker. Stolen some stuff I found on the side of the road. Gonna try and sell it. I made it in. Didn't get scanned. Now to see if there's not a black market. This is gonna be the saddest thing I've ever done. I should have checked in the last system. I try to always check to see if there's a black market in any given system so that I know where to sell my illicitly gained goods. Bring our landing gear down and our cargo scoop back in.
I hope this works out.
I hope too.
I'm rooting for you. I really want to do it.
You know what our next mission is, though, right? If there's not a black market here, we gotta go find a black market.
Absolutely, yeah. Let me just check the map and see what we've got.
And we're down. All right, I'm gonna turn in all these other quests, and then we're gonna have a moment of truth.
Because I mean, the worst thing is you know, can you get back out of that port with that stolen goods in your hold?
Probably not. That's probably the real answer. Maybe you can scout for me. Tell me when they're not around.
Okay. I'm just trying to find a system right now, which you might be able to sell it in.
Thankfully, we just made a ton of money off of all those quests we had to turn in. And I'm gonna sell all this data, make a good amount of money too.
Awesome. Do you say your jump range was about 10 light years, wasn't it?
It's about 10 totally unloaded.
Okay. Yeah, you can't make that one. I'm trying to find one for you, but
I'm willing to make a couple risky jumps before I make it going.
okay. So there is a short route you may be able to take. Fingers crossed you won't need to, but...
Alright, let's go to contacts. There's not a black market.
Oh no! Oh no.
Now I've got hot goods in my cargo hold, and I'm inside a Federation station.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I'm not going to be able to sell it either. Well, what's for sale? Explosives. I feel like there's some kind of crazy scheme we could concoct. Aluminum and copper, titanium. This is all material goods. Oh, terrain enrichment systems. I've been told you can make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, taking it to the right place is the key. If you you know, tend to jump between certain types of economies, you know, from a system which is an extraction system, and then take that to a refinery system, then take the goods onto an industrial system. That tends to be a good kind of cycle to go through.
All right, let's check out where we are.
I'm thinking the only way you're going to be able to get out is you're going to have to go into silent running and get out of there really quick and hope you don't overheat.
We've got stolen uranium, stolen animal meat on board. I didn't mean to steal the animal meat, so I don't feel bad about that. I went to the bathroom, all right?
Yeah, the mission timed out, you know. They bought it elsewhere, it's not your fault.
It happens. I've got fully refueled. Alright, I gotta take a look at the map. So where are you thinking we can find a black market from here?
The nearest anarchy system I can see is it's a couple hops away, which is it's one of the LHS ones.
Okay.
It's in the LHS 2636, no 2936, and I think you may be able to get there if you jump to Tehran, and then LHS 5287, and then you should be able to reach it.
Tehran to LHS 5287 to LHS 2936.
2936.
I
yeah.
see that. Yeah, that might be. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's the
seeing that as a
closest.
route from 5287.
No, it's about let's have a look. It's 18.8 light years. It's a big jump,
Yeah.
but I think it's the only place you can reach.
I'm not even seeing 2936 as a jump from 5287, though. I think that may be the problem.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this.
Though I'm not the best at navigating the map interface, so it's possible I'm...
Yeah, it's difficult to judge at the moment, but I think that's your best option. I mean, worst comes to worst, you just have to dump it again. Your biggest problem is going to be getting out of the port in the first place, I think.
No, I can totally do that. I'm going to get away with that one. Okay, so let's see. 2936, I can make the jump if I have less than 4 tons of cargo on board.
Okay.
And 2936 is an anarchy system, so I'll be able to sell anything there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so I think that's our call. That's where I'm headed then. So Tehran to 5287 to 2936. Gonna offload all our crazy stuff. And maybe we should just go ahead and buy whatever's cheap here. In that case.
Okay.
Fill up
Make a little bit of money on the way.
Well, I can't fill up my hold too much, so... well, I may have to jettison some of this animal to make the jump. But we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Just gotta make it up as we go along.
Yes, we are. All right. I need to run cold to get out of here well.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
You should be fine at just after you exit. Well, just as you're exiting the port, they won't start scanning you until you're outside. So you should be clear until you get outside, and then you want to put the silent running on.
This is really grim. There's pieces of blown up ship floating around inside this docking bay right now. Someone who just tried to do exactly what I'm going to do.
I hope it's not a premonition.
Me too. All right. Actually, wait. I need to know where I'm going. I'm going to Tehran first.
Yeah.
So I need to have my destination locked. Okay. Gonna get some distance so I can build up some speed.
Yeah, I think you just want to get outside and just keep going in a straight line as fast as you can. Just go.
Yep.
just go.
All power to engines, boosting out the cargo bay door. Trying to go as fast as I can.
So the trick is, I mean, the scanners that the Authority vessels use are the same as what we players can use as well. So if someone does start scanning you, the trick is to get out of their cone of vision. So
right.
You know, to bank and turn and get out of there hard. Yeah, I think you can actually make this anarchy system. I think the biggest jump is 8 light years, so I think you can make it.
I think I can do it, yeah. I may even be able to make it there without ditching some of this animal meat that I accidentally stole, but we'll find out. I think I'm clear. I'm pretty far away from the system now. Okay. Now the worry is just making it to the anarchy system.
Drive charging.
Nice. I'm jumping to Tehran. I found in some of the I think less populated Federation systems, at least, there's only a couple system security craft around.
Yeah, you tend to be pretty good. I mean, the bigger, more populated ones tend to be more because of the additional volume of people. So, oh, this system's completely unknown. Awesome.
And I hate the Federation security anacondas. They're the bane of my existence. Ho! I came right in on that sun. This is Tehran. Yeah, I've got nothing discovered here.
I might just have to take a quick detour and have a look at some of these things.
I've hooked you with this discovering thing again.
Oh, I thought I'd kick the habit, but you know.
It's just too much fun. It's even I'm gonna stop and scan the sun, check it out.
Oh, it is great. I love it.
This is actually an anarchy system.
Oh, is it?
It is. I just don't think it has any stations. I think it's uninhabited. You know, people always tell me that you can find all the planets by what's like redshifting or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have some kind of look to them as you fly past. You can tell the way they move or something like that in the.
Well, I mean, I know
view.
obviously they move at an apparent higher velocity because they're closer to you when you're cruising around.
Right.
I haven't seen any redshifting effects. I mean, there was things added to the game that I didn't even know were being added to the game. You know, like I think redding out when you're like boosting high speed and then turning as well. Your commander red out and
Oh,
things like
that's
that. I didn't
awesome.
even know that. I didn't know that effect was put in there until until I saw it at Gamescom. It was like, oh, really? I mean, that's the thing when you've got so many different people working on the game. You just don't know what's being added left, right, and center. You know. It's,
Right, certainly. And I've done a couple scans. Haven't picked up anything new. So I think I'm gonna run on to our next target, which is 5287.
yeah, yeah. And I think I've gotten used to the technique of doing it now, and I tend to, when I need to make multiple jumps, I'll pick the target system I'm looking for, and then I'll follow the lines back to systems closer to me, and kind of, you know, just mentally keep track of the systems I need to hop to as I go through it. That's about the only thing you can do at the moment.
Right.
Like I said, I mean, it would be really cool to have some kind of route planning assistance in there somewhere.
Yeah, a navigation computer or something like that. Be very nice. Much like the docking computer that'll dock for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, perhaps something which would target the next system in the chain as soon as you drop out of cruise, so you can just kind of keep hopping and hopping until you get to your destination.
This is a Confederacy system.
Ooh.
I've never been in a Confederacy system before. That's kind of fun.
Oh dear, so much stuff, so much content.
Yeah. Just all kinds of stuff. And I guess it actually has a bunch of named planets and some stuff. I must have bought data on this system at some point.
Yeah, probably.
I've got a ton of, I've got a bunch of named planets here.
Oh, okay.
I can,
Well,
I can make the Terran jump.
Yes.
Don't even have to dump my illicit meat.
Yeah.
Which is probably disgusting and rancid by now. Maybe it's in refrigerators. Who knows?
Adam Woods there saying he's a docking purist. He loves to manually dock.
I actually really do like the manual docking. I don't know why you would buy a computer to do it. Especially since it's going to take up room in your ship. Come on.
Yeah, I think the only reason I bought it is because I wanted to listen to the music as it played. You know?
I have heard that it plays music a la 2001 Space Odyssey, so...
A little bit of Blue Danube. No, it was really cool. I did that, played that. That's cool. And then I don't think I've used it since.
Drive charging.
Wow, there's some interesting planets around here. This is an icy planetoid here.
Are you still in Terran?
No, I'm in 2936 now.
Hmm.
I think that's the benefit of having faster drives. Like I said, I mean that's one of the things I've really enjoyed is you know, upgrading my Sidewinder. It's so great now. It's like, you know, people are like, it's like, how did you do that? You've only got a Sidewinder. It's like, it's my Sidewinder.
Yeah, I certainly love that even the sort of the beginner ship or the weaker fighters or something like that can become very cool if you're willing to put a lot of money into them and give them top of the line equipment.
Yeah, it's great. You know, you've got that flexibility to do what you want with it.
Oh no, is there not a station in Terran?
I didn't stop there actually. I literally just jumped to check the jump range would work.
Oh jeez.
Are you out of fuel or are you?
No.
Okay.
I just made a jump back to Terran because I realized that I hadn't looked around for stellar bodies there.
you're on the run, but you've still got time for sightseeing.
I've always got time for sightseeing. No, I'm not even at half fuel yet. I'll make it back to a station if I'm in big trouble, and give up my precious cargo. One of the real reasons I want to get a flight stick is so I can truly learn to fly with flight assist off.
Yeah. It's. I think you really need it in order to do it accurately. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I've seen some people play with a keyboard and mouse, and they're very, very proficient with it. You know, I think it's, if you want to get used to doing it a certain way, I think you definitely need to get the control method that you want to stick with. I mean, I played it a lot with the 360 controller to begin with. I found it hard to move over to the X52, but after kind of a week or so of practicing with it, I don't think I could play it on anything else now. I've really got used to it. And it's you know, it's like I said, it's like a racing game. You want that good quality steering wheel. It's exactly the same feeling.
Hey, you want 5 tons of stolen animal meat?
Is it going cheap?
It's cheap as free. I'm in LHS 2936. You can have it. Otherwise, I'm dropping it off out here in the middle of nowhere. You interested?
I can head your way. Are you near the station, or you just getting rid of it?
I can head towards the station, though I'm afraid that they'll come after me, though.
Nah, it's
so
okay.
I may just do away with it.
Jettison away.
Goodbye, 5 tons of stolen animal meat. That's a lot. That's a lot of meat. That's like an elephant.
5 whole tons.
Drive charging.
All right.
Yeah, Adam Woods is just saying there. It's, you know, the controls is down to what you've spent the time to learn and get experience with. You know?
Certainly, yeah.
It is absolutely one of those. It's just a question of practice, really. You know, I'm really surprised at, you know, some of the community videos I've seen people doing it with flight assist and, you know, mouse control and things like that. And it's like, how on earth are they doing that? You know, you watch them doing it, and it's like,
Oh yeah, right.
crazy, crazy. I mean, we mentioned earlier on about Commander Isonoya doing the smuggling run.
Right.
Absolutely stunning. All flight assist off. Really, really amazing stuff.
Yeah, his videos on YouTube are some of them are just shocking. I just can't even believe that he can manage the things that he does.
Yeah, I literally watched and I thought, it's like, yeah, I never want to get into a fight with this guy. You know?
Yeah, just some of the stuff he does, the way he can fly his ship, because he plays without flight assist, where he can do things like boost at full speed away from you while simultaneously flipping around to point towards you and shoot at you with his forward guns. Like those kinds of maneuvers.
Like, your brain can't even comprehend what he's doing. It's like,
yeah.
oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly like the dogfighting in the new Battlestar Galactica, the 2003.
Yeah.
The way they fly their ships, where they flip them around and fire at the targets behind them and things like that. It's very cool, though. I mean, I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, after watching a few guys' videos and stuff like that, you know, I've played around with a few things. I mean, I never caught it on video. I was so disappointed. It might be on one of the old live stream footage, but I think I was being chased down. I had missiles coming after me. I did the same sort of maneuver and turned around and shot the missiles down with my forward guns. And
oh wow, that's awesome.
I was like, yes, it was like the sense of achievement when you do something like that. It's like, that's so cool, it let me do it, and yeah, it worked, you know, it's brilliant.
Yeah. I hate the field of view out of this stupid space truck. I can't see anything from this cockpit. I always look around to get a cool look at the stations as I'm flying past them, and compared to like the Sidewinder, I just can't see anything.
Yeah, the Sidewinder it's got a great little cockpit, really. It's almost like a bubble sticking out the top, so you get an awesome view of everything.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to play with any of the bigger ships, like the Type 9 or the Type 6?
No, I haven't.
Oh, wow. I mean, the Type 9, the demo we were running at E3, We had it in the Oculus, and it is amazing. It's just like being like leaning out over a balcony with like a big glass dome around you. You can just see everything.
I love
It's
that.
so cool, so cool.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad.
Oh.